Welcome back to the Harwood Rundown podcast. I'm your host, Lockie, and my other host is Jack. We just did the intro, but then the internet was unstable, so we're back in again.
Fingers crossed it
Yeah,
doesn't happen again.
yeah, fucking hell. We are at the point of the playoffs. The East and West finals are among us. Um, and Yeah, Lakers and Nuggets play today. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Heat and Celtics series, which is going to be fucking insane as well. We've got a bunch of topics we're going to run through. First off, Ja Morant caught on Instagram Live with holding his peace in a split second
Bro,
because of this, and then the guy
I
turns it
cannot do
away.
it. I don't get it. I really do not understand where, why, how, what on earth is going on with this dude. Why every time you have to go on Instagram Live? Is it really that important?
Yeah,
Like, the dude, his mate knew straight away. He's like,
yeah,
as soon as he saw the gun, he's like, puts the phone away. Bro, everyone screen records. Like, people know what
yeah.
they're doing. Like, why are people so stupid?
I don't know who's around him, who's letting him do it.
I really wonder how long he's going to be suspended for.
Mm.
Like, players are thinking that it's going to be the whole year.
Wow.
I think it's a little bit of a stretch because it didn't happen within the season. Like, you also can't pull a gun out. Like, I'm not saying it's all right,
Yeah.
but yeah, like you're not playing anymore. It's the off season. I don't think an off season incident, although it's the second time, shouldn't be suspended for a whole year. I would say like half this, like 40 games or something. Like, I feel like
Really?
that's as high as I would go. That's not saying that's what he should be, how long he should be suspended for. He was
Yeah.
suspended for 8 games. He was suspended for 8 games the first time. So use that as a measure. Like, second time, I'd say, I reckon they're going to give him like 25,
Wow.
something. Like a few years ago, DeAndre Ayton had the doping. Like, he took I can't remember what it was. He got out 20. He was out 25 games. Tyreek Evans, or one of those players who got booted out of the league, it
Yeah.
was like 25 games. Like,
I was like Coke or
different
something.
scenario. Different scenario. But the
Mm.
fact that Ja has like repented, met with Adam Silver, public apology, never going to happen again. Counseling, learn his lesson. The whole incident might have been the reason that they lost in the playoffs in the first round. Like, I don't know. I don't
It's a
know.
big
But
claim,
then for it to
yeah.
happen, but for again, like for it to happen a second time after all this, like, he had an interview with Jalen Rose saying about how much he regrets it and everything,
Mm.
and then he releases a stupid ass apology today, as if words are gonna mean something. Like, it's just empty words.
Did you
He's
see?
apologizing. He's apologizing, but like,
Yeah,
when is the action gonna take? When's the action gonna? I don't know. Like, actions speak
show.
louder than words.
Yeah.
Actions speak louder than words.
He someone wrote on Chat GPT, write an
Yeah,
apology for my actions or like for yeah. And it's literally word for
the
word.
exact same response. Exact same response. I'm like, could you at least
Bro.
have, like? I'm not saying that he used Chat GPT, but he did
Yeah.
use like the most generic message of all time.
To
Like,
well,
a
to be
5-year-old
fair,
could write that.
that chat it just kind of summarizes stuff anyway. So I assume
I
he
know.
would his
Yeah,
PR team would just be like, oh, let's just use the right words to cover us, you know. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Actions speak louder than words. It's
Yeah,
just empty words at this point. And why would you why would you do an apology? Like, I feel like I would have done an apology. I reckon he did the apology to try and make it so the suspension wasn't going to be as bad, or like, I don't know. I don't know why you would do it now. I would keep quiet until it actually like all happens. But I mean,
really.
the apology's not going to make a difference anyways. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
who's gonna really be like, oh, Joe, you really mean that after doing it the first time and doing it the second time? Look, I can really tell that you're sorry this time. I'm like, no, bro. Like, you can't pull a gun out.
yeah.
But
Like
yeah, I don't know.
like you got to understand you're going into a league where they're like they do want to appeal to the younger generation. And so you do have to, unfortunately, like you have to fit certain a certain image. So it's a bit unfortunate he's done it again, but I don't know. I think he'll learn from this. I assume there'll be like a big suspension to just get him to stop doing that, because they'll lose a lot of money from him not playing. So they don't really want him suspended. So I think that'll be a substantial suspension to where he'll feel like, I can't do this again. I'm not hanging out with these people again.
You are who you hang out. You are who you hang out with. So like you and I, like goofy as bro.
Goofy as. Yeah. That's good.
All right, we'll move away from that one because it will take up some time. The San Antonio Spurs won the draft lottery today. They're going to take Wembanyama. You would like literally everyone is saying like congratulations on being the number one pick. Like even like ESPN, all these media outlets are saying Wembanyama, going to the Spurs, blah blah. Best thing that could have happened to him, in my opinion. Best thing. Like I wanted Charlotte because like LaMelo, like that would be sick. I was thinking more entertainment purpose, but in terms of legacy purpose, your first season being arguably the greatest prospect in like sports history, like so they say, to have one of the greatest coaches in your sport of all time helping you develop, when you've seen in the past Tim Duncan, David Robinson, two all-time big men. That's something that he probably wanted. I'm pretty sure he said that the French people wanted him to go to the Spurs because of the European kind of way they play, as well as like having Popovich on the staff. I think it's going to be super good for him. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of wish Pop was younger, but then again, like they have a great coaching staff anyway, like, and they do know how to develop guys who are going to buy into like a system, who are going to play into a good system. Yep. I do think it's the best place for him to go. I would have actually liked, like, Portland got the third spot. Like, I would have loved him to go. I
was gunning for Portland. I was gunning hard for it.
But yeah, no, I think it's a perfect place for him. You have someone who like is called like a unicorn, so you want to make sure that he has some fundamentals like instilled in him, to where he's not. If he went to the Rockets, I feel like he'd get free reign to do whatever, but it wouldn't translate to any wins. It would just be like give him the ball, get out the way, instead of let's buy into a system that utilizes every part of your like skill set. Like the amount.
Spurs, No, you go. Sorry.
No, you go.
No, I was just going to say, like the Spurs is like world renowned for being a system team. Like whoever goes there buys into the system. That's why they were so dominant for 20 years. Like they have such a prominent basketball program that anyone can fit into. And I think because Wembanyama already has so many, like he's already like, the unicorn type, he probably needs to get back to the bait. Like he probably needs to be in a system where he's able to manage what he's doing, because you don't want to like your first season, like you don't want to have like that sophomore drop where like the first season was so amazing, whereas like the second season, like slight dip, or it could be like the kind of the same. So I feel like they're going to like progressively help him grow. I think Pop's going to get him in the weight room because man, that kid is a twig. Like get in the weight room. I'm sure he does, but like I'm waiting for like that Giannis. I want to see that Giannis transformation, like how he came in so skinny and now he's like big as like I just feel like Spurs are the best place to go for him. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm excited. We could have had Dame and Wemby. We could have had LaMelo and Wemby, but instead we got Keldon Johnson and Wembanyama. So
a better pairing.
That's a league pass duo.
and now, like, I think Spurs have some cap space. Like, it'd be ideal for them to go after a point guard. I think you just go after someone weird. I don't think Mike Conley's contract's up, but I just kind of feel like he'd be really good to pair with Vic. Like, I'm just gonna call him Vic from now on. Can't be fucked saying the last name.
Personal level.
First name basis. But Yeah, I think they next go here. Like, let's go after a point guard that really complements his game, a veteran, someone to figure it out, help him figure it out to kind of start his career. But yeah, I think definitely a great spot for him to start with.
Could you see something like I know like it sounds weird, but like Dame request a trade to go to San Antonio?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Like I can't ever see him requesting a trade. The day I see that, like, no way.
Yeah,
But
that'd be crazy.
I can see it happening. I don't know
Yeah,
how Dame fits their system, but then again, like, I feel like he's at that point where he'd just be like, I'll fit in. Like, I'll do what I can. I want to play with this guy. I've got a couple of years left in me. Let's go for a ring.
Having a player like Vic, like, literally transforms your franchise. I know it's the Spurs. I get it, but they've had 2 or 3 seasons of just absolute doo doo, and to win the lottery and get a generational talent who's going to be like, could be one of the like greatest players of all time, like that kind of status.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit of a stretch but you know, like that's what people have pinned on him to be that kind of player. Yeah, I think it kind of rebirths the Spurs as a franchise. Really happy for the city. But yeah, keen for that to just kind of see how that goes. I think the draft combine is tomorrow, but I don't think he is participating because he's playing France still or something. I'm not sure.
You know that.
All right. We'll move on to some kind of roster move. Well, not really roster movement, staff movements. Monty Williams out. Kind of a shock, but like honestly, kind of a shock. Like, he's only been there for 3 or 4 seasons. They made the finals once. They've been the number 1 seed twice, I think. But at the same time, I kind of get it. Struggling to make adjustments down the fuck, it happened again. Struggling to make adjustments. Struggling to make adjustments down the stretch. I think that kind of hurt them in the long run. Obviously, the feud that's not really a feud, but it kind of is a feud with DeAndre Ayton. I think the Suns are going to blow it up and just build around KD and Book. I think I've read something like they're going to accept Chris Paul's option for next year. I think they should trade Ayton somewhere where it works for him as well as the Suns. Like, I feel like they should trade him where they know he's going to be successful. But like somewhere like, they should go back to that Miles Turner for Ayton trade, because Miles Turner would complement that team way more than DeAndre Ayton, and Ayton would complement Halliburton way better than, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this is the perfect switch. And then obviously Indiana will throw in a few bits and pieces, but yeah, Monty, not too surprised. I just think there's so many coaches that are being fired. Like, I just think it's the dominoes going to keep falling. Doc Rivers, which we'll get onto now.
Yeah. Well, actually, with Monty Williams, I feel like if you're going to get rid of him, you got to get rid of Ayton as well. Like, I will be not happy if they don't get rid of Ayton, because like often as soon as a team loses, they get rid of the coach. As soon as the team underperforms, like Budenholzer as well, like, and Doc Rivers, who, I mean, I think Doc should have definitely deserves to be gone, but like they always just like go straight to the coach. Like, players have to learn to adapt. Sorry, like you do have to learn to adapt to what. There's a reason why the coach is putting forth something. Like, obviously they don't always make the best decisions and rotations like down the stretch, but you do have to put past your ego sometimes. And I think Ayton's he's definitely a fucking diva. He's just annoying because he like has so much more potential. And then, feuding with the coach, and, you know, not even like his body language with like CP when he's trying to talk to him. Like, if you get rid of Monty, you set the precedent that Ayton's behavior is going to be like tolerated in the future. Like that type of,
for sure.
I think it's bitch behavior, in my opinion. So I don't know, it's going crazy. But yeah, I think you got to get rid of Ayton if you're getting rid of Monty Williams. But yeah, onto Doc Rivers.
I agree. Yeah.
Let's
Honestly,
get
no
it.
surprise. Well deserved. He's lost 10 game sevens in his coaching career.
Come
I
on.
don't think it worked with James Harden. I think the Sixers should go and get D'Antoni, but that's just me. That's just my
Wow.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. If you want James Harden to go
Yeah.
back to the James Harden ways, get D'Antoni. He plays his best basketball under a coach that wants him to be James Harden. Like I don't want him to go back to Houston now because they're
Mm.
not getting Wembanyama. But
Oh, fuck that.
yeah,
No.
you need to get a coach that like I don't know, like D'Antoni's the only person that comes to mind if you want James Harden to fit into that system.
Mm.
And Embiid's the type of player where he can like I just feel like he would fit in any role. I feel like, but obviously he needs to still get his production. I think it'd be
Yeah.
really good for Tyrese Maxey. I think they got to trade Tobias Harris and try and get some more like defensive mind, like 3-and-D guys.
Mm.
Not sure what that trade would look like. Yeah, I just think they kind of got to blow it up. We'll kind of get onto them later, but yeah, I think Doc was the first domino to fall. I think there's going to be more to come as well.
Yeah. I think that's a trading Tobias we're at that point where it's like, yeah, we kind of need to. They didn't prioritize him enough in the playoffs, and I understand you got Harden and Embiid, but yeah, I think Tobias has got to go. If you can get some 3-and-D weapons like in that trade, there's be plenty of teams who could use Tobias. So yeah, beef up your perimeter and yeah, I didn't even think of that, getting him there, but yeah,
They
you see,
should.
like you built around Embiid, and you try to do Embiid and Simmons, it didn't fully work. So yeah, the next step is like, hey, let's look at Harden. Let's build around him. Let's see how it works. I'm sure Embiid will fit in any offense, and he can
100%.
still play that post game. But
And I also feel like he would. I feel like he would be at the point now, like Embiid just wants to win. Like, not that it's saying that he hasn't been at that point before, but he's done so much already. Build for success now. Like, not that they haven't been building for success, but you need to make some serious moves. Serious moves. But yeah, I feel like how long are we at? We're probably like 20 minutes in. I say we do a bit of a quick fire review of the second round. We kind of covered most of the second round last week. But yeah, we'll go. So obviously Miami won in 6 games against the Knicks. What are your thoughts on that series?
Yeah, I don't think he should have gone to 6. Yeah, Brunson again just showed like it's insane how many Brunsons are really out there, like the second tier guys, even third. But yeah, I think Knicks still have, like, you got to be happy. I think RJ is out, in my opinion, should be going.
I think they should as well. I agree, 100%.
But yeah, I think it was bound to happen, man. If Miami had Hero and Oladipo, I think that obviously goes a bit quicker. But Knicks put up a good fight. Like, to get 2 games is really solid.
Definitely.
And Heat just too good, too dominant.
Yeah, I think the Knicks kind of showed like the underdog. Like, they are such an underrated team. Like, they have underrated players on their team. Josh Hart, Obi Toppin had a really good series. Randall collapsed. Like, I don't know what happened, but he's that type of guy that just does that. Super happy I'm actually happy for the Knicks like fan base, because they've got something to be excited about now. Knowing that they have, like, Jalen Brunson has turned into like an absolute star, 100%. A few more seasons, he's going to be in that superstar caliber. Like, he's really, like, he's unbelievably good, and perfect for the Knicks, because the Knicks have never had a good point guard. Like, well, they have, but just not in a very long time.
Yeah.
Miami, like, low scoring games, tight games, but Miami just know how to win more, and I think that kind of gave them the edge in most of the games. But yeah, Celtics, Sixers. I'll kind of give you the floor for this, because I know you would feel like quite passionate about this series, considering that you're up 3-2, had a collapse in game 6, and then got absolutely fucking destroyed.
I just
In game
fucking knew it would happen. So I just knew
Oh,
it would
I
happen.
knew it as well. I knew it as well.
Again, we're not a playoff team, and it sucks having Harden and Embiid who haven't. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Not happy,
Don't
obviously.
cry, bro. It's fun.
3-2, and we don't get a win at home. That is an absolute must get. And we played great defense in the first half of game 7, and then like Tatum went off, did his thing, but we just got stagnant with the offense. I don't know. We just kind of cower away a bit when it comes to having to take a risk, having to fight back. We often go into like slumps of just shooting dumb shots just to kind of get us back on track. Kind of reminds me of our Monday team.
Facts.
But yeah, I don't think it's a huge blow it up, but like we said before, trade Tobias, look for a Harden oriented coach. But yeah, disappointing, but not really that surprising.
Yeah, I think it's just tough. Like it's happened so many times. It's happened so many times now that I just think you've got no choice but to blow it up.
Yeah.
Lakers, Warriors, really good series, but Lakers just showing like small ball is not a thing anymore. Like I really don't think it's a thing anymore. It was a thing back then because no one did it. But now a lot of teams build their rosters so that they can compete against the Warriors. Lakers had the combat where they obviously have Anthony Davis, who's an elite big man, and you've got so much size coming off the bench as well. And they knew the guard play, which you saw against Denver today, didn't work. But yeah, the 3-guard lineup, like you saw today, it didn't work against Denver. But against the Warriors, they had pieces that could combat. Obviously, Steph, Clay. Clay had an awful game 6. I've never seen like unbelievably bad. You've obviously got more guards to obviously combat Jordan Poole as well. Yeah, I just think Lakers kind of had too much. I'm not going to say experience, but like just too much firepower maybe. And the Warriors just. I said it last week. I literally said this last week. If the Warriors have an off night, they're not going to win a game because they rely so heavily on perimeter shooting. They don't have big men that can actually be effective in the paint. But yeah, I think it was a good series. I'm frozen right now. That's why I've kind of pausing. You're frozen. Sorry.
Oh fuck. Yeah,
I'm just waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, me here.
So you
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. That's fine. That's fine.
It's all good.
But yeah, do you have anything on the Lakers Warriors?
I was just really impressed with Lakers defense, and yeah, the ability to defend a Warrior offense is like teams been trying to do that for years, and I think they've really like cracked it. They're being able to switch on stuff that's like really solid, and like you can't always do it, but particularly that high screen where they double Curry and they hit it to Draymond. Draymond finds someone. They like obviously it didn't work all the time, but they were able to rotate quick enough to shut that off, and then you force like a fadeaway 3 or something like that, which you'll take rather than getting them running to the basket, easy layup, or a corner 3 from Wiggins or Moses Moody or Clay. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, and they LeBron made a play where he just guarded Curry on a couple of 3s and didn't even care about Clay. That's actually a really important, like, I'm not saying like, whoa, Le King, but it just goes to show you cut like the confidence of one player out, another player's got to take over. And if they don't, like, 100%. You're chilling. But
100%.
Yeah, really, really fucking good series. And this Lakers Nuggets series is going to be great. First game was great anyway. So
yeah. We do only have like 4 and a bit minutes to go. We'll kind of go through this quite quickly. Nuggets in 6, really good series. Suns don't have enough firepower in my opinion. Nuggets have just been so consistent all season, and they're continuing that consistency. in the playoffs.
Yeah, Nuggets have a bit more cohesion. Oh, like they're probably the most team in the league, like the most cohesive team. They have their sets that they run, and they are just so like every player is lethal. Every player is a passer. Like it's such a solid offense that they run, and even defensively, they play to their system. Like they don't try to do too much. They don't try to hide Jokic, which is, I don't think, ever a good idea to hide a player on defense. So yeah, they're bloody solid as, and yeah, Phoenix. I feel like they got a bit stagnant. Like they're another team I think who has a top 5 offense in the league in terms of how they run, but then they do get like stagnant and trying to play 1-on-1, and
yeah,
it's just too not much going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, all right.
yeah.
So, well, I think we all know how today's game went. Nuggets up big. They seemed to not miss a shot like that whole game. And then Lakers obviously down 21. They brought the game back. Had a chance to tie it with LeBron pulling up for 3. I think there's way more high percentage shots that they could have taken in that scenario. But look, I ain't mad about it. It's LeBron James. He can.
Yeah.
He's confident enough in his ability. We'll quickly jump to predictions for these conference finals. I am lost. Like I really don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I think the Lakers showed that the adjustment they made where they had Rui guarding Jokic completely shifted the game. Completely shifted it because they played AD. So they had Aaron Gordon in the dunker spot. They had Anthony Davis guarding Aaron Gordon. Every single time Jokic would go to the paint on Rui and use his strength, AD would be right there to contest a shot. Didn't work. The Lakers tightened up so hard on the perimeter as well. It was just, and then it was a fast break. They started to hit shots. Austin Reeves hit back-to-back threes to kind of get them 3 points behind. It was like really good. If I'm predicting the series, I feel like either team. I feel like it's gonna go. It's not gonna go to 7. I feel like it's gonna go in. I feel like someone's gonna win in 6 games, and I'm not too sure who it's gonna be. I really don't know because Lakers made the adjustment, and now it's up to Denver to make the adjustment. I really don't know. And considering we only got a minute and a half left, I'm going to go Lakers in 6.
I'll go Lakers in 7. I didn't back them last series, and they proved me wrong.
You wrong, yeah.
I think Nuggets will win better games. The 3 games that they win will be better games. I think Lakers have LeBron, and that's just gonna show. But this would be like a real, Jokic and LeBron. This would be an interesting one. But yeah, I think Lakers in 7. But Heat and Celtics.
Oof. I'm gonna say Celtics in 7.
Heat in 6.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm telling you right now, if we get a Lakers Heat rematch, oh my god.
Bubble rematch,
bro. And then whoever wins, if Lakers win that again, you cannot talk about the what's it called? The bubble.
Oh, the bubble
shit.
Bullshit.
No more.
Yeah. Nah.
No more. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're back and we're posting every week, every Friday afternoon, Friday night, depending. We're back with consistency. Subscribe, like the video, comment who you think is going to win these conference finals. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Let's go.